So again, I'd like to introduce the class to Dr. and Mrs. Kang, and they're going to give us a presentation today. I don't know what, but it's going to be great.
Thank you. Well, my name is Dr. Kang. I'm Doctor of Natural Medicine. Where do I start? I want to thank you, Ms. Gabler, for giving me this opportunity and, seeing from where you have come from and seeing the sacrifice you've had to do, especially for our own people. So often, in life, you don't really meet a lot of people who are called to do something where they can make a lot of money. But instead of pursuing that route, they take, the high road where they'll actually be able to serve their own people. And, I've seen her sacrifice, so often we don't really appreciate these people so much until maybe we meet someone else, the other people who give us medication and just do whatever they do. And now we're having to be sick and, different things happening to us. So I just want us to take this opportunity to thank this amazing woman for all that, the sacrifice, because I know it's a sacrifice, to put her line on the line for not just doing this, but for the love of our own people. So let's give her a hand. Thank you for everything you do. I just met Miss Barbara maybe a month and a half ago, through a friend, and ever since our relationship, it's been magical. Those are the words to say. I'm very, very honored to be here. As I said, my name is Dr. Kang. I'm Doctor of Natural Medicine. I'll tell you why I got into natural medicine. My grandfather was a shaman. I come from Africa. I'm African. My grandfather was a shaman, and people came from all over the world, and you healed them. It didn't matter what the person was sick of. You name it, you call it incurable disease, he knew on how to heal. He understood the correlation between the human body and herbs like no one I've ever met. So people came from all over the world, doctors, you name it, engineers, billionaires, come see me. And when I was born, my grandfather thought I was the one to take over. And he was right. My sister was born. I have an older sister. She's a gynecologist. I have a little brother who's a brain surgeon. I have another one who graduates, June as a brain surgeon. We have so many doctors in our family. But I went to medical school myself. I had a scholarship to study medicine anywhere in the world, but I decided not to pursue that route. I wanted to pursue, the high road, just the road my grandfather wanted me to pursue. So I have a medical background, people know me, Ms. Dabo, she's gotten to know me, for a month or so. And I decided not to go that route. I decided to pursue the natural medicine. So I went to Canadian Institute of Holistic Medicine, and I got my doctorate degree, to make a long story short. Well, we'll be talking about the most important thing. What is health and what is food? A lot of you have taken the class and you are now healers, and the world is counting on you. They're putting their life on the line, expecting to see you, deliver. And so what I always like to impress upon healers is that as a true healer, you want to heal thyself. If you don't heal yourself, first, people will know. Yeah. So I want you to embark on this journey of self-realization, where you go within your own self and heal yourself fully. This is my wife. When I met her, the doctors gave her 2 years to live. But I told people, I make medicine, I compound herbs for people, I'm doctor, I see clients. And I told myself, if I am not able to heal this woman, since I've healed myself, I will not go out there and tell people I'm a healer. I had so many formulas. People were taking it and they were like, Dr. Kang, I've had Oprah Winfrey. I had a lot of celebrities who call me, to come see me, to help them. I said, but what good will it do I tell the world I'm a healer if I cannot heal my own life? So it's very, very important you understand where I'm going. You don't embark on this journey for money. Once the body is healed, every other thing will fall in place. And so the African people always said, to be considered healed or to be considered a blessed person. They say there were three fundamentals that one must have. And they're saying the first thing, if God loved you to have this, was perfect health. They say in perfect health, God gave you the knowledge, the correlation on how to understand how the human body functions. And that if you do not have this one first, if you have money, if you have knowledge, it will kill you. You've seen presidents, ministers, governors, great people die because this most important thing. If you say you're blessed, you're not blessed until you have health. And if you do not understand how the human body works, if you do not understand the correlation between the herbs, they say let your herbs be your medicine, let your food be your medicine. If you do not understand, why this was given to us, this what, why, then you are going to die because you won't know on how to heal. Let's look at nature. When animals are sick in nature, like the dog, for example, it goes and eats grass. By nature, it's not a grass eater. But it's eating grass because this is how it heals itself. If anyone has grown up in the farm, when animals are sick in nature, they normally do not eat. Either they'll eat grass or they normally don't eat. They normally don't eat. They'll stop talking, they'll stop barking, they'll dig the earth and lay there. If any one of you have grown up in the farm, they'll lay there and do nothing. Sometimes we think they're dead. We'll take a stick and poke them and they'll just be there. What they're doing is called grounding. They're grounding themselves to allow the poison, the pollution that is within their body to be released in the earth. They say one of the worst inventions that were actually created, they say was the shoes, because we're not grounding anymore. Everyone is up there. So we're stressing, we're having anxieties because we're so up there. We're not grounded, we're not walking barefooted. We come from earth, so our feet has to literally touch the earth. We have to have contact. That's why if you look at a lot of people who are actually like homeless, because despite they're homeless, a study, they did a research, they came to realize that these people actually had the strongest immune system. And the reason is why? Why do they have the strongest immune system? They're sleeping outside. They're sleeping on the earth. They're constantly laying on the earth. So every time they lay on the earth magnetic force or whatever, with negative ion, pulls out all the toxins. Despite it might look like though they smell this thing, but so often these people actually live longer than most people. So they say God had to give you the first most important thing. It was health. And the correlation between the plant, the root, the earth, how they interact, how are all these things, the food that we should eat naturally will heal the body. And then the second thing God gives a person who's considered blessed, they say the second thing he gives them is knowledge. When they give you knowledge, with health you're able to apply every single thing. Then they say the third thing, then money comes. This was the African way. Don't mind what the European says. Before they went to Africa, the Africans, they already were set up. They knew how to communicate with the stars, with the moon. They knew every single thing. Science is just barely, developing now. My grandfather could take a bowl of water and call my uncle. The video phone, the African people, they did it like this. They take a bowl of water, you put it, and you say some incantation, and boom, uncle is right there. And you can see in a bowl of water. So sometimes you're being told that you come from garbage and this. No, these people were the greatest. When we're talking about the best of medicine, the best of science, the best of every single thing, where's the origination? It comes from Africa. But people don't want to tell you that. Because if they tell you this, then you know how powerful you are. So after God gave you the knowledge, then he gave you wealth, he gave you money, he gave you every other thing. These three things is so crucial. Where am I going with this? That as you embark on this journey, since you are now healers, you want to go within your own self. Don't be that person saying, oh, you should lose weight. Oh, you should be healthy. And you're taking shortcuts yourself. True healers, it's a road you must walk. You're taking the high road, but it is a road that will lead to good karma. Very, very few people understand what good karma is. is that if you're doing all the wrong things to your body, to yourself, you'll be sick and maybe you will die. And a lot of bad things will follow up. The world doesn't want to talk like this anymore, but it is the reality of things. So it's very important as healers that you clean your own colon, you eat the right food. Let people watch you and be like, wow, I want this person to be my doctor. I want this person to be my colon hydrotherapy because they've seen you radiate. So you have just taken a course. Your journey begins now. So 5, 6 years from now, where will you be? Will you have healed all the symptoms or the problems you're experiencing? Or will you be in the same health condition? You're back in on this journey, not so you can run out there and see how many people you can heal. True healers, when you've healed yourself, you've healed the people around you, people will come. Whatever you desire, the money will come. There's no greater reward in this world. All the great teachers, they always knew to heal people. Jesus, Buddha, whatever your religion is, all the greatest of them, one thing they always did was heal the people. So you are put in these shoes of Jesus and Buddha. But the only way you are revealed the knowledge and the science of healing is when you heal yourself. They say, show me one who's healed and I'll show you one who's connected to the divine. Because you've heard the saying that if you're in pain, you're hurting, you give just that out. Even our emotions, we don't have control of a lot of things. It's because we're sick. My grandfather says sick people are very sick. That's why they do not understand a lot of things. And it's very, very important that we look within our own self and not to point fingers. The true journey is not out there. The journey is within your own self. So when you heal yourself deeply, you'll be amazed. When you heal yourself at the cellular level, where you are like waking up and thanking God, like, God, why you bless me this much? No amount of money. We've seen billionaires and trillionaires and very, very wealthy people that are famous who are sick, they die. But look at animals. Animals, when they're sick, they know how to heal themselves. And we say, oh, I'm a scientist, I'm a doctor. But so often we go to people who've not healed themselves. So often we go to people who don't know how to heal themselves. How are animals able to heal themselves? And us, human beings, with a brain to think, with a mind of God, we've lost and we're disconnected from this kind of knowing. What do the animals know that we do not know? So we must begin to ask ourselves the question. If you do not know, just seek within your own self. Ask God. There's a God within every single individual. Like, God, I don't know. I'm embarking on this healthy journey. I don't know how. Show me how. And then find people that are going somewhere, that are into health. We see all the time, if money made us well, then the rich don't have the perfect health. But how come they don't have the perfect health? What is going on? We must begin to ask all these questions. This is the highest and highest and highest of calling. It's the calling of healing. Very, very few people understand it. But what you have just taken, the class you've taken, it has given you the foundation and the fundamental. Because every disease, everything originates in the colon. There's no greater. Even the ancient Africans, they knew this. Colon cleansing has been for ages. I remember even growing up as a child. If you had headaches, they clean up your colon. Mom, my back hurts, they clean up your colon. You had pain, they clean up your colon. You had the flu, they clean up your colon. They called it the pump in Africa. If you go to El Salvador, you go to India, you go to Africa, you go to Aboriginal, in Australia, all these cultures, they've known what a pump is. It was a little bag, they put water and they squeeze it into your ass and everything you ate came out. They knew that everything external that we put in internal is what makes us sick. Disease simply means the body not at ease. When you have disease, so if you bring the body back at ease, like I did for my wife, then there's no disease. It doesn't matter. Every single disease, from the flu, everything you're sick of, It's what is sitting in your colon. Just imagine you take a piece of meat, you put it outside. You take a piece of mango or avocado, you put it outside. And just leave it there for 1 week. You won't be able to stand the smell of the meat. But the avocado, despite might soften and rot, but you can stand the smell. So when we put some certain things like meat, fish, all those things, people are like, oh, it smells like fish. Why would you put something that smells like fish in your body? We must understand what is food. If you ask most people what is food, they don't know what food is. And what is food? To nourish the body. Food is to nourish the body. This is the ancient African definition. So how do I take dead things and put in my body and expect to be alive? Mm-hmm. So often we're using our bellies as graveyard. Mm-hmm. And that is why we never ever leave, because we're all walking dead. Mm-hmm. But the day you begin to understand what food, and I always tell people as you're back on this journey, go on your knees and pray to God, please reveal to me the knowledge of perfect health. If you think there isn't perfect health, there is perfect health. The human body is not a machine, it's consciousness. And on a level of consciousness, it doesn't if it breaks down, it'll heal itself. If you catch a cold, the body must heal itself. If you cut yourself, whether you do something to it or not, the body must heal itself. All you need is to give the body all the nutrients that it needs. So when you ask people, what is food? To nourish the body, what should we be eating the most? If you want to know what we should be eating the most, when you get out of here, what you see the most, you see green, nature. Green is what we should be eating. It is the chlorophyll. It is the blood of the universe. You see green everywhere as you travel, as you fly. You see green everywhere. It's what we should be eating. That's why they said, let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. Don't be fooled. Us as a people of melanin, we're designed to eat a certain way. Other people can get away with other things, but us, we're the original people. So we must eat from the earth. Not stuff that is processed. All these things are killing us. If you go out here, as you go out, you won't see a lot of colors in nature like white. You don't see white in anything. You don't really see that. Maybe some seeds, some small things. So that simply means if you eat those things, you should eat a little bit, but a lot of grains. But we've lost where we come from. You know, my grandfather never ate anything a day in his life that was cooked. Even if you harvested a mango, you gave it to him, he didn't want it. He'll hold the branch, or he'll climb up the tree and hold the branch and eat direct. The reason I talk so much about him because he was my greatest of teachers. And he never wanted my parents to ever feed me anything that was cooked or meat. But my parents, they didn't listen. But as I began to grow older, I realized this knowledge was coming back, that it was already inside me. And I began to embark on this journey, and it literally changed my own life. So we should understand who we are. Because as healers, people are watching. If you resonate health, people will see that. And people also know if you don't. You don't want to be the person. You don't want to go. My grandfather said you go to a doctor's office who's let me say, someone who's going to help you to lose weight. He said you go there and the doctor himself weigh 100 pounds. Yeah. My grandfather said you get that out of there. You see, you go to a restaurant and you ask for the chef, and the chef comes out and he's that big, like he's about to make you just the same. We should not allow people to fool us easy as a people of melanin. Pray for the spirit of discernment, that God should give you the spirit of discernment so you can discern right from wrong. Learn to observe people. Do they look healthy? Is what they're saying, are they living it? This should be the examination that you put on your own self, to self-examine yourself from head to toe. As you go from today, don't just, okay, I'm going to start this business and I'm going to start. No. Buy all the machines and do all those things and do it for you. Give yourself a time back. Because once you heal yourself, everyone hear the saying that Seek first the kingdom and everything will be added.
Yeah.
And that's saying, the definition is saying this, that if you heal your own self, you're in perfect harmony, you're in balance with the cosmos, everything will come to you because you'll be able to make wise choices. Your thinking will be right. You'll be able to choose, make right decisions in your life. But guess what? If you're hurting inside, you have a pain, you have all of these things, then how could you function? If you're full of shit, how could you? What comes out of stuff? If you squeeze an orange, what you get from it? It's orange juice. You don't get a mango juice. So I want all these small time bombs I'm throwing in your head. Meditate over it. And if you do not know how to, tell God, I want to pursue health. Don't pray for money, don't pray for nothing. Ask for divine health. If you ask for divine health, wealth will come chasing you down.
Yeah.
You must understand, even as a human race, we all have access to powers that create wars within us. But the only reason why this access is so suppressed is because we're not flowing. We're like a pipe. If the pipe in the house is clogged, then everything will be backed up. Then the house begins to smell. So ask the divine to guide you on your journey so you can have access to this place that creates walls. So you can be infinite. I don't think you have to settle in this life. You do not have to settle. If you've read the Bible, the Quran, you hear one thing, a lot of the prophets, they're always seeking from God. Give me divine wisdom. Because when you have divine wisdom, you're not going to go somewhere and see food that is processed and you put it in your body. Because when you have divine wisdom, you start treating yourself with so much love that people start envying. But only until you come to that place where your body, you pressure it more than anything, then you're lost. They say most people with their own hands, they commit suicide because they can't discipline what they put in their mouth. Just think about that. That at the end of your life, as you sit on your dying bed and you say, oh wow, you're regretting. So I contributed to my own death. I couldn't put the soda down. I couldn't put the McDonald's down. I couldn't put all these things that I know for sure is killing me. So what is causing people to be addicted of food? That's why I go back again and I said, only when the body is clean, then the mind begins to think. This is the temple. If animals can do it, they do not sow, they do not plant, and God is able to provide to them. Aren't you and me children of the Most High? We should change our thinking. We should change our relationship on how we see ourselves. If you see yourself as a God, guess what? You're not going to just grab anything and put it. Like, oh no, I have to read that level. What is in it? But the simpler you eat, the better. You do not see animals take a complex diet. They do not eat this. Their diet is so simple. It's not processed in nature. This body might eat a variety, but their diet is always very simple. They don't put all these different things on it. They eat it direct from nature. This is how we're designed to eat. We don't see animals having heart attack, high blood pressure, diabetes. All these diseases are so common. And you know one thing? They're not diseases. They're lifestyle. Simply means when one changes their food choices, then there's no disease. I urge you as you go out there, be an example because the world is watching you. You might think this is such a small thing, but you are doing what the Africans will call the fathers of medicine. The people who took charge of the colon, who helped people, they were regarded as the best. They were regarded as the greatest. When you were a healer, in those days, when my grandfather, it simply means when they had a healer, the healer was not allowed to work, to do anything. People harvested, brought the mangoes, corn, every single thing, and like, you just keep doing what you do, we will keep working. Healers were held at a very, very high standard. When a healer said something, no one dared speak back. They were respected. People bowed to healers. These are who you are becoming. And just think about that. How powerful. This is why the world has forgotten whom healers are. You are taking that place, whether you know it or not. So this is a very, very serious decision and serious choice that you have made. It is beyond what you think. That is why I have come to remind you of this, that you are taking a journey that involves people's life, and that involves you to work on yourself to become the best version of who you are. Because they say when the healer is sick, then the whole house, the whole world becomes sick. So you have been given the oracles of health. You've been given the secret. It all lies in the colon. And until you know this, then you're fooling yourself. For every true healer knows the colon is where it lies. So taking this class, you've just opened yourself to this field. You have powers. You have access to all the powers that create walls. And now you can change and transform other people's life. You have it all here. You've been given. Very, very few people know that it lies in the colon. That every disease, from blood pressure to diabetes to HIV, it's all in the colon. Thank you.
Question. How long did your grandfather live?
He lived to 102.
102.
Yeah.
Do you ever fast?
Yes, we fast. My wife and I, we fast often. Sometimes we eat today, we'll fast. Eat today, fast, skip a day. Sometimes we'll go for 2 days, sometimes 3 days. It should be yes, it should be something you do often.
And
We're
just
constantly
water?
fasting.
Only fast?
Sometimes, yeah, water, sometimes nothing.
Nothing?
You know, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
a day at the most?
Yeah, but we're mostly raw vegans. Yeah, we mostly eat plant-based. Yeah, so no meat, no fish, no chicken, no eggs, nothing that comes from an animal. Not even honey. Yeah, sometimes we go days fasting. Sometimes 1 week. The highest I've gone is 30 days. Yeah.
You say no honey?
No honey. Honey is actually bee vomit. I know a lot of people have been lied to that, oh, honey.
Y'all didn't know that?
Yeah, honey is bee vomit.
Bee vomit. That's
Yeah.
right.